What's good, family? Doug Washington here, of course, and today I want to do something super special for each and every single one of you. We're going to be having a Amex mastery class. And I know a lot of people have been asking me, Doug, how do you bypass the 10 card rule with American Express that most of us has to abide by? And that is you knowing how to strategically apply for certain products and what time frame, how often you need to wait, because everybody often tells you how fast you can apply for certain products, but they don't tell you the timing that you must wait to get maximum approvals and the most amount or the best bang for your buck, rather. So in today's masterclass or Amex Mastery, whatever title that you want to put to this, we're going to be discussing application rules. We're going to be discussing um, the difference between multi-dip and double dip and underwriters, lifetime offers. So it's going to be a jam-packed masterclass. And as always, family, I appreciate each and every single one of you. But before you get into this video, what I'm going to ask each and every single one of you to do is like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm get pushed. It helps the algorithm push this information out to more people that could apply it to help themselves. And the more people that has access to credit, with credit being made up, it helps the economy. It helps more people have access to, buy from your small business, so on and so forth. So let's make sure that we're sharing this wealth of knowledge that essentially that you get absolutely free. Now, what are application rules? Application rules are what's the verbiage I want to say? It's the it's the underwriter set of policies that they have in place to tell you how many products that you can get in a certain amount of time, but in itself is just basically the underwriter's risk exposure pertaining to financial products. And that's very important because if you don't understand the risk exposure, you don't understand, which institutions to go to ask for what products, you are doing yourself a major disservice. So it potentially allows us to hack the bank's internals to maximize funding, right? I want everybody that watches this channel consistently to at least have, I would say, $100,000 plus in credit, right? So if you're watching this channel and you've watched all of my videos, of course, it's based upon the credit profile and a multitude of other factors. But if you apply everything that I teach on this channel with a properly structured credit profile, everybody that watches this channel should at least have access to 100,000, right? And then we're going to consistently start rolling that to build other relationships. And then you go from 100,000 to 200,000, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. The law said we must be fruitful and multiply. So why are you not being obedient? But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. Issue was having multiple products should be prioritized. You guys have heard me speak on this plenty times. If they have multiple products, we can leverage this because of a credit limit reallocation, moving money or available limits on one credit card to another credit card, maximizing that limit with a 0% APR phase. This is one of the major hacks in the space that a lot of people don't talk about. And with American Express potentially having the largest line of credit cards or the most financial products that you can get in the form of credit cards, we need to be leveraging credit limit reallocations. Um, and of course, the rules are subject to each issue or each institution. But like I say, today we are primarily focused on American Express. They have maybe 16 cards or so. I have access to all cards outside of the American Express Black card or the Centurion card. So if you're a rep for American Express and you're watching this video, please hit me up. Hit the social media handles and I have no problem paying that $10,000 application fee annually. Let me get that card as I will be able to complete every single card that you have, right? And then before the end of this episode, I'm going to bring out my cards and show you as proof that I am literally a holder of every single American Express card that you can have, right? And I'm gonna be breaking down the steps on how I do it. But once again, family, whenever you are dictating or trying to figure out your funding rounds, you got to understand that there are exceptions based on borrowing behavior and your relationship. I always teach you guys to go in and build deposit relationships with the institution before we ask for any type of financial product. Deposit relationships, longevity of the relationship equals higher approval amounts. We're not walking in with an 800 credit score and we are requesting the max exposure on a financial product simply because the banks don't lend off of your credit score. They lend off of the internal data, and they also lend off of your borrowing behavior, right? So two important things: internal behavior and borrowing behavior, not only with that institution, but with other institutions. What does your borrowing behavior say about you? Does it say that you can handle a $100,000 limit? Does it say that you can handle a $150,000 limit? Or does it say that you can only manage a $10,000 credit card? And as we go into 2026, I want to put every single viewer in financial position to change their family's legacy, right? So before I get started, let's really highlight some terms because I want to make sure that everybody understands a lot of the verbiage that I'm going to be using today and not be confused. So multi-dip, which will be referred to many times throughout this pretty much masterclass, multi-dip is the ability to go in and apply for multiple financial products and be approved while only getting your credit pulled one time, right? Double dip, very similar, but this is only pertaining to, let's just say, two different financial products. So you can either go in and get access to two different credit cards, or you can get access to a line of credit and a credit card, and they pull your credit only once. So there's a difference between a double dip and a multi-dip. Double dip only meaning that you can get two financial products. Multi-dip meaning that you can get multiple. So you can possibly go for a line of credit, a personal loan, an auto loan, and multiple credit cards, and they only pull your credit one time. So keep that in mind as I go through the presentation today. Another important one with understanding credit stacking is the welcome offers. A welcome offer is whenever you go in, apply for a credit card, you get approved for this credit card, and they tell you, hey, Mr. Washington, if you spend $6,000 over the next 90 days, we will give you 100,000 membership reward points, or we will give you 50,000 membership reward points. And this is for Chase, is going to be ultimate reward points. And Bank of America may give you a sign-up bonus pertaining to cashback rewards. So it's going to vary per issuer. Now, lifetime rules. Very important whenever we're talking about welcome offers, because lifetime rules will simply say that you can only get a sign-up bonus on a welcome card, or you can only get a sign-up bonus on a credit card or credit card type one time. So if you go through and you get access to the American Express Platinum card, once you go and get access to the vanilla platinum card or the regular platinum card, you can't get a sign-up bonus again for applying for the same exact card in the future. So make sure you understand this if you are a travel hacker and you are a points enthusiast and you are trying to, start planning your extravagant 2026 travel arrangements and you want to pay for them off of points, right? Now, from us looking at multi-dip to double dip, the welcome offers and lifetime offers, I now want to get to the underwriter. The underwriter is the issuer of the credit card. I want everybody to understand this. You can go to a credit union or a bank, but if they do not issue their own credit cards, they are being underwritten by another bank. So the underwriter is different from the bank. Other times you can have a bank like American Express, Chase, Wells Fargo, like they do their own internal underwriting. So make sure that you understand this whenever you are going to apply for multiple products along your funding journey. Now, what is the underwriter exposure? Because the underwriter can be different from the bank. If you are getting financial products from Elon Financial, for example, they underwrite for a multitude of credit unions. And whenever you get to 3 to 4 credit cards with Elon Financial, they will either start giving you denials or they will start giving you lower limits, all because you are at the underwriter exposure, which is 4 different Elon Financial products. Anything after this 4th product often will require documentation or possibly a 4506C or 4506T whenever the bank or credit union is going to go to the IRS and they're going to request tax transcripts directly from them. Not you submitting them, but directly from the IRS. Hard inquiry and inquiry sensitive banks are another important topic that you must understand before we dive into this today. I promise you I'm going to get to the sauce, but I want to make sure all of the verbiage that everybody understands to ensure that you truly maximize your funding rounds. So a hard inquiry is whenever you go and apply for a financial product and then they are going to pull your credit. Too many hard inquiries will get you Too many hard inquiries will get you denied at certain institutions such as Bank of America, Chase, Barclays. A lot of these institutions are what they call inquiry sensitive or new account sensitive, meaning that if you have too many, it's an automatic denial. So understanding what are the risk exposures pertaining to hard inquiries or are you inquiry sensitive, that's going to be very, very important. Now, not only do we have to worry about being not only do we have to, good, all right. Not only do we have to worry about the inquiries or certain banks being inquiry sensitive, we also have to worry about whenever you add too many new accounts to your personal profile while structuring, right? So you got to worry about being new account sensitive. Many institutions, similar the ones that is inquiry sensitive, they are also new account sensitive. So adding too many accounts to your profile over a short period of time makes you look risky. So with all of that being said, family, we're now finally jumping in to the steak and potatoes. You know, I say everybody eats. So like I say, I wanted to give you guys a nice foundation. So whenever I'm saying these words and verbiage later, you're not confused. So American Express, by far my favorite issuer. They offer multiple products. But the one product that I would tell you not to obtain from them is the business line of credit. And the reason why we don't obtain the business line of credit from American Express is simply because they treat each individual draw as a separate loan. So if you go in and get approved for a $100,000 business line of credit and you draw $20,000 to your checking account, you are now locked into repayment terms, anywhere from 3, 6 to 12 months. Now, if you want to pay it off early, you got to pay an early prepayment penalty. So you must understand the difference between a true business line of credit and I would say an alternative business line of credit. They're treating each individual draw as a separate loan versus institutions like Bank of America or possibly even Wells Fargo. They allow you to draw and pay back as much as you choose with no repayment penalty or no repayment terms. If you withdraw $40,000, you can pay $40,000 back the next day or 2 days from then, but they do not limit you on how you can leverage that business line of credit, similar to American Express. Now, American Express is by far my favorite issuer, and this is not a jab at their product, but if they could improve this, it would greatly benefit them. So they have multiple products. They offer both business and personal products. Why is this important? Because if you go in and start building out on the personal side, whenever you get to the business side, they understand you as a consumer. They understand your borrowing behavior. They see where you spend money at. They know the ebbs and flows of your finances, right? So they know how you like to spend money, how frequently, so on and so forth. And the more data that an institution has on you, guess what, family? The more they're willing to lend to you because they understand you more. So the more data that they have, they're looking to give you more money. And then they pretty much with AI, they literally can go in and dictate whenever you are going to have a spike in credit usage. Like a lot of people don't understand that part. With AI being put into the financial sector, banks are looking for trends. And I don't typically like to bring this topic up much, but if you leverage a tactic called manufactured spending, this makes you look a lot better on paper. It allows you to artificially spend money on your credit cards without you spending money, if that makes sense. So we're not going to get into that today. If you want a Amex or if you want, we're not going to get into that today, but if you want a manufactured spending masterclass, I may have to do that to a special set of people on the YouTube channel. So, um, We'll figure something out on that. But anyway, family, let's keep it moving. Um, Amex offers both personal and business products, and they specialize in credit cards. I often speak on this and I say, we don't go to institutions that don't specialize in the product that we are applying for. What do you mean by that? We don't go to Navy Federal for a business credit card. And the reason why we don't go to Navy Federal for a business credit card is, yes, they offer it, but that's not their specialty product. Navy Federal is more primarily a personal lending institution. So any personal financial product, Navy Federal, along with other credit unions and other banks, they specialize in that. But you looking at credit much differently in 2026, all because you tapped into this channel, is going to allow you to maneuver and operate different than majority of the marketplace. So we know what product that we want and we know what bank to go to. Often people will tell you, hey, they pull from this bureau, and then the max limit that they get is the max limit that you can get is 50,000 or 100,000, and they understand the surface level information. But once again, family, on this channel, we gonna make sure that y'all are in proper position to eat from 2026 and beyond. In-house underwriting, very important. The in-house underwriting simply lets you know that American Express issues their own credit cards. So the better your relationship is with them, the more they understand you and the more money that they're willing to lend to you. Now, we specifically leverage credit cards, whether it's on the personal side and or the business side, with American Express. You can literally have one relationship and be able to touch every pain point of your financial journey, because they have a hotel credit card. They have an airline credit card. They have a cashback credit card. They have multiple charge cards. They actually have a charge card that allows you to have 0% interest for 60 months. Typically on a charge card, what ends up happening is you have to pay that balance every 30 days, right? So with the Plum card with American Express, it allows you to be able to have a balance on that credit card and carry it for 60 days at 0% interest. And then if you pay it back before 60 days, they give you 1.5% cash back. So imagine getting rewarded for paying back money that you use. Hope that didn't go over anybody's head. Another notable topic with American Express is their 5-card rule, but most people don't understand the true meaning of the 5-card rule because they think you could go in and get 5 credit cards in one day or 5 charge cards in one day. We must know application rules to maximize what's available to us. So you could literally go in and get 2 credit cards and 3 charge cards in one day and get access to thousands of dollars. By the way, some other institutions don't even have 5 credit cards or 5 different financial products to choose from. But with American Express, once again, my favorite issuer, they have so many different products that they have application rules far exceeding anybody else's. Now, ensure if you go for multiple that you're getting the best welcome offer. So for my travel hackers, my points enthusiasts, all of these, don't just go in and apply for the credit card and get a 40,000 membership reward point bonus whenever you could literally go through Resi, or you could go through a referral or any other platform to check to see if they have a 50,000, 100,000, 150,000. And the difference of this is thousands of dollars. Because if you are getting, let's just say 40,000 or 50,000 membership reward points, that's going to equate to $400 to $500. But you getting the same exact card, putting the same exact spin, and you going through Resi.com, that could result in you getting 100,000 membership reward points, which is the equivalent of $1,000. For going to spend the same amount of money, instead of me getting $400, I am now getting $1,000. That's an extra $600 for doing the same exact activity and the same exact spin. So making sure that you understand these welcome offers is very, very, very important, right? So as we move on, one of the ways for you to find out the best welcome offers is just search through multiple browsers, right? Search in private mode. One thing that you must understand about credit card companies is that they want new customers. If you're an existing customer, they're not going to present you with the same exact opportunities that someone would just coming in. So if you're an existing customer, you may go through the website and say, hey, I want to apply for the American Express Platinum. They already have you in the ecosystem. And now what happens from here, they'll tell you, hey, we can give you, 60,000 membership reward points. But if you go through a private browser, they don't know if you're a new customer or not. Or they don't know, if you go through a private browser, they don't know that you're an existing customer and it looks like a new customer, and they're going to reward you with a higher welcome bonus on that particular credit card. Now, do not log in unless you have a targeted offer. Sometimes you being a existing customer will get you higher bonuses. So just understanding how to leverage both of these are very, very important to you. Now, so if you log into your American Express app and you have a targeted offer, oftentimes this is going to be an elevated offer to where they're giving you more points or more cash back than they typically would, and they're trying to get you to apply for another product simply because they're making money off of the swipes. Now, once again, as I previously stated, family, the importance of getting the highest welcome offer is a difference between thousands of dollars. A lot of people don't understand that part. Now, the overall product exposure with American Express is 10 cards, allegedly. Because once again, I hold 16 different Amex cards, all because I understood the application rules, and I want each and every single one of you to be able to experience over $1 million from one institution as well. Now, understand the difference between a charge card and a credit limit. A charge card is a card that must be paid with Amex specifically, either between 30 to 60 days, because they have the Plum card that allows you to carry a balance for 60 days at 0% interest. And they'll pay you back, as I previously stated, 1.5% for paying your credit card or you're paying your charge card off before that 60-day cycle. Now, the $300 in spending power that you see me post consistently across the social media platforms, a lot of people flex that, but that's spending power. There's a difference between spending power and a credit limit. So the cat's out the bag now. My spending power must be paid down within 30 to 60 days, but my credit limits can be carried as long as I am making the minimum payment to keep the account active or keep the account up to date. All right, now why American Express has multiple products on the personal side and business side, we must understand the proper sequence. And I know a lot of people has went through and said, we go for these starter cards first, and then we get this particular set of credit cards, and why you don't do this and do that. I have yet to see anybody have more financial products from American Express than myself. So what I'm about to be doing today is breaking down how I got each of these Amex cards right here with only one hard pull. And a lot of people don't think that it's possible, but you must understand how to leverage certain information. So while most people will tell you to go out and grab the Amex Plum first or the Amex Platinum card, it's a proper way to do it to maximize your overall approvals. And one of the first cards that I got starting off my journey was this particular credit card here, which I think they kind of changed it now, is the Amex Blue Cash. The style looks different now, but this is one of the first cards that I got that started off my journey, and it started with this card right here with only $1,000. My American Express journey started with $1,000 on this card here. I think the limit now is, I want to say maybe about 15, 16,000, but I didn't get to $1 million before I got to my first 1,000. I had to start off with $1,000 credit card and nurture that before I could get to 20,000, before I could get to 50,000, right? And then you kind of move up the ladder, and then you get other products, I would say the Blue Cash, the Blue Cash Preferred. This is the new design, I think, for it. And then you kind of move up the ladder. And I know everyone's goal is to have this guy here. And then, like I say, American Express has not given me the black card yet, And that's all I need to create the whole cycle. Cause like I said, I literally have every single Amex card, personal and business, Marriott, Hilton, literally everything in between, the green, gold, plum, literally every single Amex card outside of the black one. And how I done it was I leveraged spending power. Anything that they gave me access to, I was very responsible in my spending, and I made sure that I didn't over leverage myself. So just because the institution gives you 200,000 spending power, that does not mean that you need to go and spend it 200,000. So a lot of people online are posting the spending power, or they're saying they're getting a Amex Platinum or Amex Gold or an Amex Plum or Amex Green, and then they're saying that there's no limit. Well, that's somewhat true, and it's not the whole truth, because there's no limit on the card, but it's a preset limit, meaning that you can't have a unlimited amount on a credit card. Like, you're not gonna get that, right? So just understanding that is gonna be very important along the way. Now, another thing that I want to discuss is you can either go in and apply for credit products simply for the credit limit. You can apply for the sign-up bonus. You can apply for the the perks that you get with certain cards, but because some of us travel a lot and we fly Delta. American Express has the Delta Sky Miles card here, right? Some of us do a lot of Amazon. American Express has the Amazon card here. This is the Plum card right here, 60 days, 0% interest. This is the Amex Gold card that a lot of people talk about, right? And then, of course, we have the Amex Green card right here, right? Very, very important. But once again, family, we must understand that strategy and sequencing is going to be very important. And let's really dive into the platinum cards, because American Express has the business platinum, they have the vanilla personal platinum, and then they have the Charles Schwab platinum, as you see here. I would tell you to, if you had to choose between any of the platinums, that Charles Schwab platinum is going to be probably the best platinum overall, because it allows you to liquidate your points to cash. And no other Amex credit card will allow you to do that. If you have points, the only way that you can redeem the points is through a purchase, or taking them through like a travel portal, whether it is Delta or any of their travel partners that you can transfer points to. But specifically, this Charles Schwab Platinum will allow you to take your points and convert them into cash, because you are literally investing with your rewards. So one of the things that I do, and once again, with me having so many American Express cards, they have what you call referrals, and you can get a referral bonus. So each one of my American Express cards pays me $1,000, equivalent of $1,000 annually. So if I hold 16 American Express cards, you guys can do the math. I get paid up to $15,000 to $16,000 annually from American Express just by sharing referrals, right? And I'm going to drop my referrals in the chat for everyone to go and sign up for an Amex card if you need one, because this is 2026 and I need those referral bonuses. And what I do is take my referral bonuses, which is in the form of points, or it could be cash, and then I transfer it to my brokerage account, and then that brokerage account serves as my kids' long-term portfolio. So I'm investing into my kids' future without ever putting my own money in it if I don't want to. So a minimum of $15,000 to $16,000 a year is going into a brokerage account for my kids as the economy grows and stimulates and does these things, right? So credit is not just a one-way street. You can leverage it to do multiple things. Don't be so one-sided that you don't realize that you can travel for free. You can invest into your kids' future. You can use the money to buy liabilities, because it's all free money at the end of the day. Don't use your money to buy liabilities. We spend points and referrals to buy the liabilities. So making sure that you understand the application rules, when to apply, how you want to apply, is very, very important. And I break down a lot of this strategic sequencing more in depth in my $99 school community. So if you have not joined that, it is greatly recommended to join it. It's only $99 a month. You can cancel anytime. And we are building out a fresh school community with updated information as of January to 2026. So if you don't have that, you'll see the link in the bio, or you can just text school to 864-721-8750. And listen, family, today I just wanted to come through. I just wanted to bless you with a special episode for anybody that's out there struggling with Amex approvals, and you want to strengthen your relationship with Amex, knowing what card to apply for and what order are going to be very beneficial to you in 2026. So family, you know it's all love, man. And in my words, everybody eats. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.